Hey guys, what is up? It's Duncan, and today I'm here with a video that I think a lot of you guys are really going to like. I'm going to show you guys how to easily and free download and install Google Chrome OS. Now, first right off the bat, I'm going to say this is not anywhere close to what Google Chrome OS is going to look like. Well, it's going to look similar, but this does not work very well at all. It's really early. This probably won't even be released for another year, so you gotta really keep that in mind. This is mostly just to mess around with it and take a look. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to install it and yeah, mess around with it. So anyway, let's get this one started. Okay, guys. This is pretty simple. You're going to need to download a couple of programs, assuming you don't already have them. And it won't take that long. It'll take a little bit. You'll have to download a few things and install it, but it shouldn't be too bad. So anyway, first thing we're going to need, obviously, is Chrome OS. So I have a bunch of links in the description, but I have 2 links to download Chrome OS, depending on how you want to do it. There's a torrent. And let me just, before I get a bunch of questions, yes, this is 100% legal. Don't worry. This is totally legit. It's open source, and someone compiled it, and it does work. So no worries. So anyway, there's 2 different ways that you can download it. You can download it via torrent, which is, for the purpose of this is what I am using. So and it does work. So you just go. I will have a link to the Pirate Bay, so you just download it. And it works, no problem. Or you can download it from Gadget. This one is very simple. You do need to create an account, but it takes roughly 10 seconds, and then you can download it. And then you will need to pick the right version of it to download. But I will get to that in just a second. So go ahead, get either one of them going, and then we'll go ahead and go to the next step. Okay, so now that you have Chrome OS downloaded, and I will note that the only thing that you're going to need to do if you decide to download it from Gadget is be sure that you click the VirtualBox option. There is another option for VMware, and that can work sometimes, but generally just go ahead and be sure to download the VirtualBox version. So yeah, it's not like you're going to miss it. It's really simple. So anyway, now we're going to need something to use Chrome OS in. What we're going to be using today is VirtualBox. Okay, VirtualBox is a really cool, free, and open source virtualization software that will allow you to run different operating systems inside your own. So it basically runs the entire operating system just like a program. This does work for a lot of different things. I could run XP, I could run Ubuntu, or I can run Chrome OS. Okay. So just come in here. I'll have the links to all of this in the description. Come to this page and download whichever version of VirtualBox you need. If you have Windows, if you have Mac, or if you have Linux. So download it for whatever you have, and then you're good. And next, we're going to need, I'm just going to make sure that you guys do have this, you're going to need WinRAR or something similar to unpack your Chrome OS file. I'm sure almost all you guys will have either WinRAR or something similar, but just quick forewarning, you will have to unzip it. Okay. So anyway, now at this point you need to make sure that your Chrome OS is fully downloaded, and you need to make sure that your VirtualBox is downloaded and installed. Okay. So next we're going to come over to our Chrome file. So I've just got it right here. So you're going to need to unzip it. Okay, so I'm just going to open it up, and you can see here's my WinRAR, and you just click it, and then you just extract it, or you can drag it out to your desktop, which is what I'm using, but it doesn't really matter. You just need to have it in a place where it's not going to be ever deleted or anything. You might want to make a special file or something. Just be sure it's in a place that it won't accidentally get deleted. So just unpack it, and it shouldn't take maybe more than 3 or 4 minutes, and you're good. So this is our file. Okay, so now let's go ahead and show you guys how to use Chrome OS inside VirtualBox. Okay, so now after you know that you have everything set up, let's go ahead and install Chrome OS. Okay, it's pretty simple from here on out, especially if you've used VirtualBox before, but if not, it's not a big deal. I'll be right here to walk you through it. As you can see, I already have it installed, but I'm going to go ahead and do a new install just to show you guys what I'm doing. Okay, So if this is your first installation of VirtualBox, you won't see either this, and is pretty much all we blank. But all you need to do is just click New. Okay, so it'll bring up the wizard. Go ahead and just hit Next. Now you need to name it. So it doesn't really matter. Preferably, you want to type in maybe like Chrome OS. Just something that you can remember, although you probably won't be a big deal, but just name it something. So Chrome OS Test is what I'm going to do. So now you come down to the OS type. This is really simple. Just click on the main operating system. It'll give you a drop-down menu. Go ahead and hit Linux, and Ubuntu will be pre-installed. Or, I'm sorry, pre-selected. Now go ahead. This is the main way to do it. There's not going to be Chrome OS on this list. So just leave it at Ubuntu. It'll work fine. Let's go ahead and hit Next. Okay. Now you're going to need to pick the RAM. This is kind of going to be dependent on your computer. The more RAM you can give, the better. It kind of depends on how much RAM you have. I'd recommend a half a gig of RAM to give to your operating system. If you don't know, you might want to open up Task Manager if you're on a Windows computer and just take a look at what your RAM is. If you don't know how much you have in it already, and just pick out like maybe about half or so, as long as you're not just punching in a random number. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in a gig right now because I have plenty of RAM on this computer, but it shouldn't matter too much as long as you have more than 512 megabytes of RAM. So go ahead and hit Next. So now this is going to be a little different. If you have used VirtualBox before, you probably won't have done this. So you don't need to read any of this. Basically, it's going to come down. Normally you would hit Create New Hard Disk, but now we're going to use Existing. Okay, so I already have this, but I'm going to repick it. So you see this little folder icon right here? Go ahead and click that. It's going to pull it up. Now we're going to come up here. It's the Virtual Media Manager. Come up to the top left and click Add. So you're going to hit it. Now we're just going to come out to the desktop where we know that our VMDK file, which is what we just downloaded, is there. So just go ahead and select it and click Open. Give it a minute, and then there you go. So we're going to go ahead and hit Select. Okay, so now it should have this selected, and you should have your Chrome OS image selected. Okay, so go ahead and hit Next, and then you're going to hit Finish. Okay, so now you see it flashed real quick, and then you see right here it says Chrome OS Test. Okay, so once you know that it's showing blue, and obviously everything's right, you didn't get any error messages, you're ready to go. So all you need to do is just double click it. Okay, if I can hit it. And a little menu will pop up. Now, basically, you just need to sit back and wait. Chrome OS once it comes out, it does say more like 8-second boot times, but you are running it inside your own computer, so your computer's having to run two things at once. So give it some time. It might take 10, 15, 20 seconds. It's not going to be too bad. And yeah, just wait for it. Okay. So you get this kind of crazy screen, and now you see Chromium OS. Okay, so you're ready. All you're going to need to do is punch in the username and password. This is going to need to be tied into your own Google account, and you can make a separate Google account if you like. It doesn't really matter. But all you're going to need to do is punch in the Google account email. So let's say it's Google at google.com or whatever your email address is, and then put in the password. Go ahead and hit Enter, and you'll be all set. So anyway, guys, that is how to freely download Chromium or OS, or as it's going to be called, Chrome OS, onto your computer. Real easy. Might take a little bit of finagling, but hopefully you guys should get it real easy. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys.